Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Neha Gupta from Mediworld Fertility. Today we will take a few questions what we feel are most frequently asked. So the first question is, when should you go to an infertility specialist or when should you get investigated? So any couple who's trying for pregnancy with an unprotected intercourse lasting for 1 year and still they are not able to conceive, I feel those couples should come and seek fertility treatment. Especially the couples who are more than 33 years of age. If they are trying for more than 6 months and there is no pregnancy, then we call them a little earlier than a year to assess. And if your age is more than say 36 years, 37 years, then probably we would say that you try only for 3 to 4 months, and if it doesn't work, please come and speak to your fertility specialist so that we are able to investigate you and guide you in the best possible way. Then the next question people ask is, does IVF treatment mean that if you do IVF once, it is always IVF? No, it is not so. If you're doing an IVF, then there are certain reasons for which you're doing an IVF. That doesn't mean that once an IVF is done, you can never conceive again. So IVF does not reduce your future potential for pregnancy. It just improves your chances of pregnancy in a single IVF cycle. Then the people ask, what is the difference between IVF and ICSI? ICSI is a specialized form of IVF in which IVF means in vitro fertilization. That means when we are forming the baby outside the uterus, we call it in vitro, forming in glass. That literally means that you are causing fertilization outside the body. Now IVF can happen in two ways. One is conventional, one is ICSI. In conventional, we take out the eggs, prepare the sperm and leave them in a certain concentration over the eggs, and the sperm fertilize the egg naturally. This is conventional IVF. But in certain cases where we feel that the sperm does not have the potential to fertilize the egg naturally, we do ICSI. So ICSI means intracytoplasmic sperm injection. There is a double inverted microscope for ICSI by which we do injection inside the egg. So we hold the egg from one side, and from the other side we prepare the sperm and hold the sperm with the tail and inject it inside the egg. By doing so, we are causing fertilization with the help of an ICSI machine. So there are certain patients like severe male factor infertility, or if we feel that there are multiple implantation failures, multiple fertilization failures that have happened in the past, those couples are ideally treated with ICSI. Is ICSI better than IVF? Well, there is no reason to say that ICSI is better than IVF, but probably marginally, by say maybe 5 to 10%, the fertilization rate is better with ICSI. But if your sperm quality is good, your egg quality is good, conventional IVF is what we would recommend. ICSI is reserved for certain group of patients, not for all. Then the next question most frequently people ask is that after IVF we will have to do bed rest for complete 9 months. No, that's not true at all. Once we do an IVF, we never tell you to have a complete bed rest because it's not a surgical treatment. It is a conservative method of treating, and we just form the baby and put back in the uterus. The implantation happens naturally. जो बच्चा बन रहा है वो naturally uterus में grow कर रहा है. Natural pregnancy और IVF pregnancy में कोई difference नहीं होता है. If there are any complications associated with your pregnancy, जो नेचुरल प्रेगनेंसी में भी हो सकती हैं, जैसे ब्लीडिंग, और इफ़ देर आर द यूट्रस माउथ इज़ टू स्मॉल, और देर आर मल्टीपल abortions that have happened earlier. In those certain special cases, we ask them to do bed rest, but in most of the cases, bed rest is not needed. The more naturally you are taking it, the more mentally you are happy, the more chances of pregnancy you will have. So IVF, please do not be scared. It does not ask for complete bed rest. Then the next question people ask is whether IVF treatment is safe for us or not. IVF is absolutely safe. IVF is a very specialized form of treatment. It has brought a boon for infertile couples. It is absolutely safe. The gonadotropin injections that we are using, we are strictly doing all the ultrasounds, all the tests, all the monitorings for you, and then only deciding the doses. Whatever injections are given only for a short duration of time. Once you stop these injections, their effect goes off very rapidly and there are no long-term side effects. So आगे की बात करें कि अगर आपके 4-5 साइकिल 6 साइकिल भी आईवीएफ के हुए हैं, उसके बाद भी आपको लॉन्ग टर्म प्रॉब्लम्स या लॉन्ग टर्म सीक्वल होने की कोई पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं है। सो आईवीएफ से कोई प्रॉब्लम आपको आगे जाकर नहीं आएगी, बट आईवीएफ ट्रीटमेंट पर से इज़, people have lot of myths about it, that it is draining, it is financially draining, it is psychologically draining. I feel the more relaxed you are, the more prepared you are, the better outcomes you will have. So the next question that people ask is, what is the difference between IUI and IVF? IUI means intrauterine insemination. IUI में हम बेबी बाहर नहीं बना रहे हैं, हम खाली स्पर्म्स को प्रिपेयर कर कर सही समय पर यूट्रस के अंदर रख रहे हैं। जबकि IVF मीन्स इन विट्रो फर्टिलाइजेशन, मतलब जो बच्चा बन रहा है वो शरीर के बाहर बन रहा है, तो हम एम्ब्रियो बाहर फॉर्म कर कर उसको ट्रांसफ़र करते हैं यूट्रस में, जिसको IVF बोलते हैं। तो IUI और IVF कम्प्लीटली डिफरेंट प्रोसीजर्स हैं। IUI बहुत ही शुरुआती ट्रीटमेंट है, जो कि जब कपल यंग हैं, शादी को लंबा समय नहीं हुआ है, मेल फैक्टर ठीक है, हमें मोर देन 20 मिलियन स्पर्म्स मिल रहे हैं, ऐसे केसेस में हम IUI करते हैं तो उनको फ़ायदा होता है। बट कुछ केसेस जिसमें दोनों ट्यूब्स बंद हैं, या सिवियर एंडोमेट्रियोसिस की प्रॉब्लम है, या सिवियर मेल फैक्टर है जहाँ पर स्पर्म काउंट लेस देन 10 मिलियन है, ऐसे केसेस में हम IUI के ज़रिए आपकी मदद ज़्यादा नहीं कर सकते हैं, और IVF के ज़रिए ही आपको प्रेगनेंसी करने में मदद कर सकते हैं। So the next question people ask is, does IVF reduce the egg and cause early menopause? Not at all. So जब हम IVF करते हैं तब हम एक साइकिल के जो एग्स होते हैं हम उनको स्टिमुलेट कर कर, जो नेचुरल साइकिल में एक ओवरी से एक एग निकलता है, बट हम IVF में एक साइकिल में जितने भी एंट्रल फॉलिकल्स दिखते हैं, जो ऑलरेडी एंट्रल फॉलिकल बन चुके हैं, प्री एंट्रल से एंट्रल बन चुके हैं, उन सारे एग्स को ग्रो कर कर हम उनको शरीर से बाहर निकालते हैं और उनसे बेबी बनाते हैं। बट आपका जब नेक्स्ट पीरियड आता है तब नए सेट ऑफ फॉलिकल्स दोबारा एंट्रल फॉलिकल्स बन जाते हैं और आपका नेचुरल प्रेगनेंसी होने की पॉसिबिलिटी उतनी ही होती है। सो IVF के ज़रिए प्री मैच्योर मेनोपॉज नहीं होता है, बट अगर आप रिपीटेड स्टिमुलेशन लेते हैं, सपोजिंगली 4, 6, 10 बार स्टिमुलेशन लेते हैं, या उससे IVF से पहले आप कई महीने, या हमने देखा है कई लोग बहुत साल भी एग ग्रोथ की टैबलेट खा लेते हैं, जैसे क्लोमिफेन या लेट्रोजोल की गोली हर महीने खाते रहते हैं, ऐसे केसेस में प्रॉबेबली आपका एग रिज़र्व जल्दी ख़त्म होता है एंड प्री मैच्योर मेनोपॉज आने की पॉसिबिलिटी रहती है। बट अगर आप IVF ट्रीटमेंट कराते हैं, 1, 2 साइकिल 3 साइकिल में कंसीव कर जाते हैं, तो कोई प्री मैच्योर मेनोपॉज नहीं होता है। So please do not be scared. Discuss all these things with your fertility specialist. We are all there to help you, guide you, treat you with full compassion, care, and ethics. So the question that people ask is, what is the difference between fresh embryo transfer and frozen embryo transfer? Or is fresh embryo transfer better than the frozen embryo transfer? In present era, with vitrification technique, जो freezing की technique है, there is so much of advancement in the freezing technique that with vitrification we feel that the embryos, they do not get harmed at all, and हम जिस quality के embryos freeze करते हैं उसी quality के embryos thaw कर सकते हैं। So there is no difference between a fresh embryo transfer and a frozen embryo transfer. Your doctor is the best person to decide what you need. But in high responders जिनमें PCO की प्रॉब्लम होती है, अगर ऐसे पेशेंट्स को हम IVF करते हैं तो हम सेगमेंटेड साइकिल, मतलब एक साइकिल में एग बनाना, निकालना, एम्ब्रियो बनाना, उसको बर्फ़ में रखना और अगली साइकिल फ्रोज़न एम्ब्रियो ट्रांसफ़र करना, इसमें उनका ज़्यादा फ़ायदा होता है, बिकॉज इससे हम हाइपर स्टिमुलेशन के चांसेस ना के बराबर कर सकते हैं। सो देर आर सर्टन ग्रुप ऑफ पेशेंट्स हु नीड अ फ्रोज़न एम्ब्रियो ट्रांसफ़र, स्पेशली हाई रिस्पॉन्डर्स, and even in patients whom we feel that the progesterone has risen or the uterus lining has grown too fast, in those cases your doctor would be able to guide you and tell you that fresh embryo transfer is not good, frozen would be a better option. So if your embryologist is good, their vitrification technique is good, then I feel you should not be scared, and जितना fresh का rate होता है implantation का, उतना ही frozen embryo transfer से rate होता है. In fact, at times we feel that if we are freezing your embryos and transferring in the next cycle, we are able to synchronize your uterus lining and embryo better, और आपके pregnancy आने के chances better हो जाते हैं. So frozen embryo transfer is absolutely a good technique, and it is helping a lot of couples. So I hope you like our videos. If there is anything that you want to ask, please put in the comment box. You can call us on our helpline number. You can come and visit us. You can discuss whatever you want. We are always there to help you out, to guide you, to offer you world-class treatment with excellent team of embryologists, doctors, clinicians, counselors, and whatever questions you have, we'll be able to help you and guide you in the best possible way we can. So thank you, keep watching, and if there's anything we can help you with, please let us know. Thank you.